I'm CK. We haven't done anything from Thing Modular in a while, so I picked up their twin drive, which is a drive distortion unit modeled after some circuitry from old Mini Moogs. So we'll see how it goes together and then see how nasty it can get and gritty, because it is a drive after all. And I hope you enjoy the video. The three bags picked this up from thonk.co.uk, as is often the case. Here's the QR code for the build guide. And let's look at the front panel first. As you can see, it's narrow. It's like 4U, which is always nice, as long as it does good things with 4U. But for something like a drive, which should have basically one knob, it might have something else, I don't know for sure. God, I cannot get this open. Why am I such a idiot opening bags? Okay, so we've got drive, left input, right input, out, out. I believe if you do left only, it'll go out, it'll be duplicated in both outs. I believe there's the drive. Don't know what this is. Twin Drive Proto 1, designed by Tom Whitwell in Herne Hill, London, April 2022. So it's a couple of years old now. I'm recording this in 2024. Let's get whatever's in here. This looks like some interesting, probably a daughter board or something. Oh, come on, guy. Somebody, some noise outside that's getting in the way. We've got a couple of big old bulbs. Oh, I see. So that's probably going to be lighting up with a big brrr drive, kind of. It'll get brighter and brighter. And this is probably a daughter board. It is. Oh, this daughter board looks like it'll just go right here. So it's kind of a split board, or the top part is something I don't quite understand yet, which is not unusual. Surface mount pre-installed, a couple of small things, some diodes, some resistors, some capacitors. I think those are op amps. I can't see a part number on them. And the rest of the stuff in here. Win 20 pounds on your next order. Give your feedback. I give them feedback on almost every order, so they don't want to hear from me anymore. Actually, that's not true. They always respond very appropriately. Got some headers and hardware in here, which I assume is the pin headers. And I'm not going to open that one up yet. So this is what goes through the front here, like so, and then the lights, the lamps go in like that, so it'll be very, very dramatic looking if you want to have somebody videotaping you from the video, recording you from behind as you're working your rig at the club. There's a little, oh, these are the little dinguses that will hold these in place. They'll go behind, so this will go in like that, and these little locking plates will lock the thing in, so there's no backing screw or anything. This just locks them in. And 4 jacks, 1 pot, an A taper, 1 meg pot, and in here we got something or other. This is not going to be a very long build, that's for sure. Come on, open it. Oh, this is probably the knob for the pot. See if it's a good knob or a cheesy knob. It's pretty much a cheesy knob. At least it's got flat spots for to index it, which is always good. And I will go ahead and open this headers and hardware up, because there's already over here, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Here's the power connector, not keyed. So when we put this on, we will always need to remember when we hook it up to get the red stripe by that white line there. And here we have panel nut for the pot, washer for the pot, couple of screws to mount it in the rack, and then here are two headers which will go here and here, and these wire bundles will go, that's where they will connect, and these are what go to the light bulbs to make the light bulbs glow when you have some drive going. So not too much to this. It'll probably take 20 minutes to put together. Actually, it might even be less than that, but it'll be a quick build, and then we'll put it in the rack and see how it goes. But first, I'll get the soldering iron heated up, and we'll put this guy together. And there's a build guide here, and it's very short because it is a very quick project. As they say, it's a good first build, and I tend to agree with them on that. So the first thing we want to do, we want to put the power connector on. I'll flip over like that, and I will do one leg, oops, as it falls over. Now we'll see if it's not at all flat, so we'll just press on the other pins, reheat this pin, and there it goes. Settles into place very well. Now, of course, as you're doing this, you got to be very careful not to touch any of the surface mount components that are already pre-installed. Now we're going to do the two pin headers that will connect to the little light bulbs. And I'm going to see if I can flip this over and keep them in place. Yes, I did. Yay me! And again, we know they're crooked. Don't care right now. Just getting them started. In fact, I wouldn't care if they were crooked when they're done, just because they're not trying to line up with another circuit board or anything, but I won't be that sloppy. Oops! I didn't let the solder cool, did I? I always say let the solder cool, and I didn't that time, so it came right out because it was stuck under my thumbnail. Now I just gotta push it. It's gonna add to my build time, so let me get a little needle nose pliers, because I can't hold this and solder it back in without really frying my fingertips. Now I've got it in there right. Oop, now that is all crooked. So we'll heat it up one more time, de-crookedize it, and we're all good. Now I'll do the other pins. And as I was doing that, I made one pin significantly longer than the other one, because they will slide around. So I'll just heat that up and even them out. Even them out a little bit more. There we go. So that's the headers, pins. And now we're going to do what we typically do. which is put our pots and knobs on. This is a stereo stereo or two double-decker pot, since we've got two drive circuits. They're identical drive circuits, but that went on very well. Now we'll get the front panel and put these things here, and then while we're doing that, I'll grab my little clamp, clamp them together, make sure nothing's rattling, and we'll solder those up. Now flip it over and put some panel nuts on. And no, I am not putting the washer under that panel nut. I never do. So now we'll put the sockets on. Again, I think it goes this way. These are very old school. Yes, it's not. It hangs out a little bit, and I can't go this way because they'll be on top of each other. Let me see if I could. Where's my needle again? Okay, that's not very pretty, but it's all on the back where you can't see it, so I don't really care. Now we will put the red and black wire connectors on. And solder them in place. We could cut them shorter, but I'm not going to bother. And that's all done, and again, I could tie wrap that down or whatever, but since it's sticking straight out, I don't really think I care. Nothing's that deep in the cavity. And you've got the two contacts are on the left and right side, so you got to make sure those contacts meet them. And that's one bulb in. It's the other bulb in. Got the knob, which just is a press fit, no set screw, but at least it's got an index groove in it. That works. Take the power connector, and again, be careful, because there's no keying here. Make sure you got the red stripe with the line on the circuit board. And there we go. That's it. Very quick build. And here's the front. Drive, two light bulbs, ins, outs. The side with these retainers, kind of little cattywampus here and there. But I don't care, they don't carry any particular load. The back, the other side, the top, and the bottom. Now we'll put it in the rack and see how gritty we can get. 1, 2. In the rack, this should be a pretty quick and easy thing to test. Let's turn the power on for the rack. And as you can see, where's my pointy thing? As you can see, we're pulling about 4 milliamps on the plus 12, 4 on the minus. See what it peaked at. It peaked at 4. It's taken 12 volts in. Okay, we'll just start again. We put this back into the drive unit. And here's with 0 drive. Now I'll turn the drive up. All the way down turns it actually off, which I did not expect. I thought it would pass through just unmodified. So it's getting a little grittier there. Let me change the VCA a little bit. Let's go to the other channel just cause. Again, because it's spread across both. I'm going to trigger the sequencer so it's actually doing something, going through a variety of things. I'm switching some things around here. Hold on one. So it drives, it doesn't distort a whole lot. Let me take this down another octave. There are definitely some sweet spots you can get into. Let me go to a different waveform. Different again, goes completely square. Oh, works pretty well with a square wave. Let's switch this to a saw. Regular triangle. Back to that square wave. So as you can hear, obviously it's very simple and isn't intended to do a lot, but it's really waveform dependent, has a lot of impact on that square wave, some good impact on the saw wave, moderate impact on the triangle and sine. So play with it and use it where it's giving you the drive you want. You also notice as we use more light power, it goes up to 44 milliamps, back to 4 without any incandescent lights being used. As soon as incandescents go on, you pick up at 10, 20 milliamps, which shouldn't be a big problem. But as you saw, very, very quick build, great first build, except for those brackets, which are a bit of a pain. And if you pick a good waveform, you can get some pretty awesome driving. And that's the drive from Thing Modular. I hope you enjoyed the video.